Good morning and welcome back to the channel, where today we're on another seaside winter walk, and today I've come to a small seaside town on the East Yorkshire coast called Hornsea. Hornsea is situated sort of halfway between Hull and Bridlington, and as is the tradition for these winter walk videos, I'm just going to take a little walk along the sort of main touristy area, along the promenade, see what's open, what's not, see what's going on. And then from there we will take a little walk into the sort of main shopping area, one of the two main shopping areas in Hornsea, which is just a high street. So we'll take a look and see what's available to do there, what's open, what's not, see what's going on. And then we will be taking a little trip to the Hornsea Freeport, which is like another shopping area here in Hornsea. It's not within walking distance from the front really. It's about a 5-minute drive, so you could walk it, but I'm not going to today. It's about a 5-minute drive, and it's basically like an outdoor shopping village with a lot of independent retailers, and there's a couple of chain stores there as well. So we're going to take a look at that. So we'll start by taking a little walk along the promenade, see what's open, what's not. Let's go take a look around Hornsea. Now, as I usually do, start these videos by showing you where I park for free. I will just give you a quick heads up where it is. Basically, there's loads of on-street parking around the seafront area. If you just go one or two streets back from the actual main seafront road, there's loads of on-street parking or residential streets. So you're free to do that, or there is a pay and display car park, or there's a few pay and display car parks, but I always park for free. I don't think, for me anyway, it's not the sort of place you can spend all day. I guess in the summer, if you're coming on the beach, you could spend all day on the beach, so it might be worth finding a secure car park to park your car and pay a few quid. But I just park on the side streets really. So we're just going to take a little walk along this seafront area. We'll walk down to the leisure centre, which is that big building there. That's a fairly new building. I think it's only about maybe 5 or 6 years old. There is public toilets here. This is a sort of start of the main touristy stretch of the seafront. Obviously you can walk a lot further down where it gets quieter. There is a caravan park at the very bottom as well. You can walk all the way down, head towards sort of Mappleton. Some nice walks along the front over there. And then if you headed the other way, you'd end up getting toward sort of Bridlington area, which is right down the other end there. So as I say, there's public toilets there. There is other things to do in Hornsea which I won't be sort of featuring today because they're not open. Things like Honeysuckle Farm, which is a family-run working open farm. You can go visit and see cows, goats, fish. There's play areas, there's cafes, there's horses. You can go on a horse ride. And there's lots of things to do there, but that is not open at the minute. It doesn't open till about mid-March. And there's Mr. Moo's, which is a ice cream parlour, which has got some really nice ice cream, but again that's not really within walking distance. That's a couple of minutes drive away from here. That's open, the little seaside gift shop with the hot drinks and ice creams and bacon sandwiches and things. There is some really good fish and chip shops as well in Hornsea. There is one called Whiteheads Fish and Chip Shop, which a couple of years ago did win the UK's Best Fish and Chips Takeaway Award. We have done a vlog from there. We did go shortly after we found out it was voted as the UK's best. We went and tried it, and it was indeed delicious. So if you want to see that, please do find that on the channel. I can link that in the description box down below if you want to see what was, a couple of years ago anyway, at least, the UK's best fish and chip shop. Yeah, that's called Whiteheads. There is also in Hornsea, there's Hornsea Mere, which is, I think it's Yorkshire's largest freshwater lake. And there's a cafe there, there's loads of wildlife to see around there. It's not it's not a day to go and have a look at that today because it's freezing cold. It feels about 2 degrees. But that is in Hornsea, the Hornsea Mere. There's a nice little seafront area here. During high tide, especially during windy days, the section just down there gets a lot of water coming flying over, and we've got some really good pictures, but I don't know where they are. We did take them a few years ago when we came, and we got absolutely drenched. There was like 15-foot high waves coming over the seawall there. So I'll just take a look at these as we're seeing what's open and what's not. So Lindsay's Cafe is open there. There's a Seafront chippy there. I think that will be open when it gets to lunchtime. There's another chip shop down here called Sullivan's, and that's really popular, and it is really nice as well. To be honest, I think when you come to these little seaside towns, you're probably going to struggle to find a bad fish and chips. It's just one of those things. Seaside towns, especially along the East Yorkshire coast, in my opinion anyway, do absolutely amazing fish and chips, no matter where you go. I've never had a bad one. The only bad fish and chips I've actually had in this country was down south. I think it might have been Brighton. And the fish and chips there were terrible. The fish was all bony and the chips were all burnt. It wasn't very good at all. So this is the main area. The main promenade area here at Hornsea. As I say, we will be taking a look around the high street as well, see what shops are there, what's open and what's not, see what's going on there. And then we will take, at the end of this video, we'll take a little trip to the Hornsea Freeport, and I'll take a walk around there with you guys. So we'll take a walk down here, have a look at the arcades. I think there's two arcades here at Hornsea. There's this one on the front here, and then there's another one just around the corner, which I'll show you, that's also got like an indoor child's inflatable play arena, which we have been to a few times in the past. So I'll show you that. There'll be a lot of fish and chip shop, like kiosks and ice cream kiosks and things down there as well. So we'll see if any of them are open. I'm not holding out much hope that they will be open today, with it being a midweek term time day. It is Friday, it is the 14th of February. Half term does start next week, so I would have thought a lot of things will kick off the season next week in preparation for half term. That's Sullivan's fish and chip shop there. That's a really nice fish and chip shop. Should you be in the market for some really good East Yorkshire coast fish and chips, that's the leisure centre I was talking about. It's got a swimming pool in there as well. The arcade's not actually open by the looks of it, unless the side door might be open. But they've got the barriers up at the window, look. So I wonder if they're expecting high winds or high tides or a bit of both. This is the area that I was talking about. This wall does absolutely nothing when there's really huge high tides and strong winds, because the water literally goes up there, like soaks anybody that's in this sort of area. A lot of people come for that. There's been a couple of times in the past couple of months I've thought about coming just to see that, because it's really cool to see. People, it's like a tourist attraction kind of. People come to Hornsea to see the crazy waves over the walls. They're doing a little bit of repair work there. In the summer, it gets nice and busy on the beach. It is a really nice beach, and it does stretch for quite some way. As I say, there is a beach just down there. You can see it just in the background there, and that's called Mappleton. A lot of people go there. A lot of Mappleton sort of collapsed. A lot of the sort of cliff edge collapsed, and there's still remnants of where the roads used to be, and you can see where it actually broke off and fell onto the beach. It's quite an interesting little walk. May end up doing that one day and showing you guys. So this is the closed area of Hornsea, because it's like a little bit out the way, but through the summer it's busy. There's lots going on down here. As I say, that's the swimming pool just there, attached to the leisure centre. Oh, it's absolutely freezing. like these seaside winter walks, but I wish we had 20-degree heat in the winter because it's absolutely freezing. But this road here, I think it was this road that was featured on a movie called Ghost Stories with Paul Whitehouse and Martin Freeman. It was released a good few years ago now, based on the London West End stage show of the same name. But this road, one of the main characters was driving down this road, and through the movie magic, the arcade that I was just showing you down there, that had the barriers up, was on this side of the grass here. So they obviously mixed it a little bit, but it was this road and that arcade was featured only for a little sort of split second. If you blink you'll miss it, but it's on that movie. So this is the other arcade, and that's with the soft play area as well. So take a little walk down here, because this is the way to the sort of main shopping street as well, the high street. There is really only two sort of shopping areas in Hornsea. It's the high street and then, as I said, the Hornsea Freeport. So we'll take a little stroll down here. That's the caravan park, just at the bottom there. And then there's a big open field here for you to play sports, do kites. I think we've brought kites to this field before. Me and Maisie brought some kites, and because there's a strong wind from there, it's a good little area to bring your kite. This is the carousel amusements. This is open. This is usually always open. And this is the one with the soft play inside as well. I don't think I'll be able to show you the soft play, because I'm just not going to go in the arcades, just because I'm just trying to get to the high street and show you everything that's there first. But an arcade's an arcade, I guess. But there's a cafe there as well. So that's the arcade. And then just next door there's a little archway there, entrance through, and that takes you through to this. But with the shutters being down, I'm going to assume that's not currently open. Maybe it is, but it's just basically big bouncy castles and inflatable slides, things like that. It's quite cool. I think you do pay one price of about £7, £8 per child, but then I think they can come and go as they please throughout the whole day. You do get like a sticker or a wristband, and that enables you to sort of re-enter at any point during that day without having to pay again. So if you're spending the day here, you can go in for an hour or two in the morning, go out, get some fish and chips from Sullivan's down there, or go on the beach for a bit and then head back into the inflatable play zone. Oh, my fingers are freezing again. Somebody did comment and say, get yourself some gloves. And I thought, that's a good idea. If only there was something that could keep my fingers warm during cold days. Oh yeah, gloves. But I didn't get any, and I should have. I'll probably get around to getting some in June. Right, so we'll head down here, and then we'll take a left at the end of this street, and that takes us toward the shopping area. As I say, the actual seafront area itself, the main promenade where the fish and chip shops are and stuff, it's only a small sort of section of Hornsea. There is sort of open beach and nice little walk areas either side of where I just showed you. I did sort of point out quickly, but I didn't want to sort of take a massive walk all the way down because it's just much the same, and it's far too cold for me to be walking along the front unnecessarily. We just wanted to take a look and see what's open and what's not, and give you a little winter walk tour of Hornsea. In the comments down below, let me know if you've been before. Let me know what your thoughts are of Hornsea. It's a cute little seaside town, and as I say, there is other things to do as well. With the mere, Hornsea Mere is quite a popular destination through the summer, especially. There's loads of wildlife to see, loads of birds and loads of other wildlife. I think you can go on boats on the mere. It's a nice little walk around. There's a nice cafe there, some nice views. I think it was voted as one of the UK's 7 natural wonders, if I'm reading right. I'm sure that's what I read about Hornsea Mere in the past. We'll take a little walk through here, and then this leads us to the high street. And as I say, once we get down there, we will head through that, see what shops are there and what's not, or what's open and what's not, and then we will head to Hornsea Freeport, where we'll take a little stroll around there. As I say, Whiteheads, awesome fish and chip shop. I would highly recommend Whiteheads. Well, we've got this quick minute while we're just walking through this little park area. I will just take this moment to say thank you very much for watching. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if you like these winter walks. We have done several in the past that are all on the channel. We've done Bridlington, Scarborough, Cleethorpes, Skegness, and we do plan to do some more. I think we are planning to go to Blackpool next weekend, and we might do a few different videos from Blackpool while we're there. We do have mailing annual passes, so we're going to try and batter them in one day and see exactly what we can get done with a mailing annual pass in Blackpool in one day. See if we can just like fill the whole day with mailing annual pass activities. At Sea Life, Two Swords, the dungeon, the circus is back now at Blackpool Tower, the ballroom, and we're going to do the 3 Blackpool piers as well and see what's going on there. So there's that coming up. So do consider subscribing if that's of interest to you. It probably is if you're still here now at this video. So pop a little like on it. Comment down below if you've got any questions or queries, and just let me know your thoughts on Hornsea, or let me know your thoughts on where else I should go. Winter is coming to an end in the next sort of month or so, so it won't be any more winter walks at that point, but it'll be spring walks, and we'll start seeing what's opening. We'll start seeing all the seaside towns properly come to life. Right, so we've now reached the beginning of the high street. It looks very quiet. I am quite familiar with Hornsea. I have been to Hornsea many times, quite often just driven through or visited very briefly, and I can't remember seeing it this quiet, to be honest. Not very often anyway, but there's some a lot of independent sort of rage quit retro gaming cafe bar. There's the lounge. So there's a lot of sort of independent, cool looking cafes, restaurants, bars. There's obviously a Couplands. It's not a seaside high street without a Couplands. We know this. There used to be I think it was a pound stretcher there as well, but I think it's changed now to original factory shop, which are situated in pretty much every seaside town in this area anyway. There is one in Whitensea. I think Whitensea is going to be another little tour that we'll do in the next week or so. Hopefully I might end up doing that before we get to Blackpool. I do intend to get to Mablethorpe possibly next week as well before we head to Blackpool. I'll try and do a little tour around Mablethorpe and see what's going on there. However, it will be half term when I go there, so it might be a little bit busier, there might be more open, but we can go take a look. And of course I'll bring you with me. So there's a co-op there as well, and there's a Heron Foods at the bottom. The Green Owl Bar Coffee Kitchen, live music. There's some really cute little restaurants and cafes. To be honest, I didn't even know there was a Boys. I don't know if that's always been here. I can't ever remember really noticing Boys, but it hasn't got a cafe, I'm sure. It's not like Brid. But yeah, if you go a little bit further down there, you come to a set of traffic lights at the end of this road, and you can turn right, and that'll lead you toward the Honeysuckle Farm, as I say, which opens mid-March. And then also Mr. Moose is a few minutes drive down that way as well. But I think we've reached the end of the high street now, so we'll cross over and head back down, head back to the car, and then we'll continue this video once we get to Hornsea Freeport. And we'll take a look at what outlets are there. It's been a while since I've been to Hornsea Freeport, so it'll be interesting to see what's open and what's not. Every time I've been, there's usually quite a lot of units empty or closed, so we'll take a look and see. But I think this is the end of this section of the video, so I'll pick you back up again when I get back onto the front. It'll be about 10 minutes for me, and it'll be a split second for you. I just thought, as I'm walking past this park, I thought I'll quickly show you this, because it's quite a cool park, and it is on the walk back from the high street, which was just down there. Just at the end of this street, you'll see the high street there, and then the beachfront, the seafront, is just down there. It's literally a couple of minutes walk. So this is called Hallgarth Park, and I'll just quickly show you this inside. There's a big play area for kids. We have spent a good few hours here in the past, in the summer. There's a zip line there, there's a skate park, and a big play area. And obviously there's big open field as well. It heads all the way back there. There's an open air gym just at the bottom of this path there. You can just see it there. And then there's loads of sort of walk areas through the big grassy areas and stuff. Right, so I'll head down here, take a right. There's Chippengales there. I don't know if Chippengales is still open, but from what I remember, years ago they used to do some really nice fish and chips, and the chips were, it is open, they're just getting all ready to open for the lunch trade, but they do their chips in beef dripping. It just makes the chips taste really nice. I don't know if they still do, they used to. And that was Chippengales, just opposite the park there. So we'll take a little walk down here. There's a few little sort of newsagents shops, and there's a laundry down here as well. Take a little walk down back to the front. I'll go to where the floral hall is situated. The floral hall does have a cafe with sea views as well, and there is a car park for the floral hall where you can get up to 3 hours of free parking if you're a customer of the Floral Hall Cafe. There's a vape shop. They're popping up everywhere. There's a vape shop on every street corner nowadays. So we'll take a right and walk down Eastgate, and that'll basically bring us out where we started this little tour. As I say, if you come for the day, you don't necessarily have to stick to the areas that we've been to today. You can walk a lot further left or a lot further right from the main sort of promenade area. If you just want a bit of a more quieter walk, if you just want to spend a bit of quiet time on the beach with the kids, there's plenty of beach space to go around. I just wanted to show the sort of main touristy areas on this quick winter seaside walk vlog. So yeah, this will basically bring us out. At the bottom of this road is where the pay and display car park is on the right, and the public toilets. They're free to use public toilets, which is good. It's not always the case in a lot of these seaside resorts, especially nowadays. They want to charge you 40p or 50p to go for a wee. As you can see, as I said, loads of on-street parking, unrestricted, all down this street, all down loads of streets all around where we are now. So if you don't mind walking a couple of minutes to get to the main promenade, like the seafront bit, then you shouldn't really have a problem finding somewhere to park, as long as you're not blocking people's drives. But as I say, if you do prefer to use the pay and display, I'll show you exactly where that is. There's one at the leisure centre as well. Big car park right next to the leisure centre. But as I say, I've been coming to Hornsea for, I don't know, a couple of decades, and I've never paid for parking. I just find somewhere, even if it's a little bit out of the way, as I said before in other videos, I don't mind doing a little bit of a walk to get to where I want to be, if I can park for free. There's loads more on-street parking down Esplanade there. And as I say, that's the pay and display car park there. That's the public toilets where I showed you when we started the walk. So I'll head back down that way. I'll show you the Floral Hall car park and the Floral Hall cafe. There's a pub on the corner as well, which I have heard quite a lot of good things about, called the Marine. And apparently it's quite nice for food. Never been in myself, so I can't say with any conviction, but I'm just telling you what I've heard from other people who have been. So it says on the up there, look, town centre, that way, which is where we've just come from. It is literally a 5-minute walk down that road. And this down here take a little walk down here and I'll show you the Floral Hall Cafe and the car park. And as I say, look, you can see more parking, more free on-street parking, plenty of it. So unless you really do need to be directly on the front, you can park on the front. There is limited restricted parking along the front there, but you do only get a small amount of time, and usually through the summer months in particular, you can't really, you'll be lucky to get a spot literally on the front. So closest you can get through the summer months would be the pay and display. But this is the Marine. That's the Marine pub I was talking about, and that's situated literally directly on the front there. And then the Floral Cafe, which is just also on the front. You can just see it directly in front of us there, look. And I'll show you the car park, and then we'll head over to Hornsea Freeport. And I'll tell you exactly the amount of time it takes me to drive from the seafront here, from the promenade, to the Hornsea Freeport, and then I'll pick you back up from there. The car park for the Floral Cafe is just on this street here. I'll show you the entrance to it, and then we'll head over to Freeport. As I say, it's really cold today. Looking forward to the spring weather. Nice warm weather. Just there where that little brick building is there. That's the entrance there to the Floral car park, Floral Hall car park. So yeah, that's the promenade, that's the seafront part of Hornsea. We'll head over to Freeport, so it'll be 1 second for you, it'll be however long for me, but I'll let you know when I get there. Let's go to Freeport. And just like that, 5 minutes later, it literally took 5 minutes to get here, we're at Hornsea Freeport. So let's take a little walk around Hornsea Freeport on this quiet Friday winter's day and see what's going on. Okay, so here we are at Freeport. There's plenty of free parking here at Hornsea Freeport. And we'll see what's going on. It don't look like there's an awful lot. So there's an urban clearance outlet that is open. Cotton Traders also open. There's a couple of empty units there, look. There is more people, there is other people. So there's a Roman. It's so quiet. There is music playing, so hopefully I won't get copyrighted on any music playing. But there's not a lot of other things going on. There's Tog 24. There's Thornton's. Thornton's is there, so that's always a bonus if you can get a Thornton's anywhere, because you don't see many of them anymore. To be honest, they seem to be closing everywhere. There's Fresh Gourmet Coffee, but that looks like it's closed as well. So there's not a lot going on there either. I think if you head down here, this probably leads you to the Beach Cove, which is the play area, and there's Bugtopia as well, which is like a little zoo with small creatures, and I think there's experiences where you can hold tarantulas and things like that in this one. I think this used to be a Wakes, but that's closed now as well. There's a lot that's not open. That's closed. It doesn't even look like this is open, to be honest. The Beach Cove. The Bugtopia looks open. £6 an adult, £5 a child, and under 2s are free. But yeah, this is not open. There is toilets here as well though at Hornsea Freeport. But usually this has got an indoor and an outdoor play area. But it says this tenant has unexpectedly left the premises. Oh wow. So that's closed. That's a shame. As I say, that was usually quite good. There's an indoor soft play area, one for little kids, and then one with all the ball pools and slides and stuff inside. Big seating area with a cafe, and then outside there's a bouncy pillow. There's swings and slides and all sorts. So to see that is a little bit of a surprise that they've left. We'll take a look down here and see what other shops there is. As I say, I'm going to try and keep talking just because there's some music going on in the background and I don't want to get copyrighted on that. So let me know in the comments if you've been to Hornsea Freeport. When did you last come? Was it like this? Was it open? Was the things going on? As I say, it's been a while since we've been. I think the last time we come was probably last year, and we did come with the kids to that Beach Cove area, but that's obviously closed now, which is a shame, massive shame. So there is a pottery's place. So we've been down there, that's where we came from, so we'll take a little walk down here and see what other shops there is down here. There is just speakers everywhere playing this copyrighted music, so that could be annoying if I'm not able to show you the full walk around, but we will see. I think there is a Pound Stretcher here, which is probably the flagship store. And to say Pound Stretcher is a flagship store in a retail park is quite a statement. It's a bit busy around this end. This is where the action is. There's a regatta, outdoors, craghoppers. I think there's a bed shop, Edwardian beds, handmade in Yorkshire. But I honestly don't know how retailers actually survive here, because it always seems like this. And every time I've come, there's always been loads of empty units, which is a shame, because it's got such a nice setting. It's like a little village, and it's really quite unique and quaint. And it is a shame that it just doesn't get the footfall that it maybe perhaps deserves. I don't know if it's in the wrong area, if it's too far away from the main sort of touristy area, so it relies heavily on locals, which is a big mistake in a seaside town. I don't know. We could maybe market it a little bit better toward holidaymakers and things, but I think that was where I got my wedding suit from a few years back, and it was like a discounted suit outlet, but that's gone now. Leading Labels, I don't even think, it says it's open, but it just doesn't look it. There's an open sign out there, but it doesn't look like much is going on. That's closed. Fabric outlet is closed. Craft outlet's closed. Paver shoes. Hallmark cards, that's closed. The last time we came that was open. But this is insane. The fact that there's half the stuff here, half the units are just empty. Which is horrible, really. The gift company, that's closed. And this is the opposite end to where I was. So we've basically covered all of Freeport now. We'll have a look at the Sweet Emporium, because that is open. This is the car park at the far end of the Freeport. And this is where the reception is, and the customer service desk just on the right there. But yeah, you get all different types of American sweets in this Sweet Emporium. And there's toilets there as well. But another empty unit. The cafe there is all sort of barricaded off, so there's nothing going on in there. There is a kitchen and deli on this side, which is called Brewers, but to be honest, it's not looking promising that that's even open. Nope. Pound Stretcher is open, of course, but I don't know how. I could probably sit here for 2 hours and just watch that door and probably see 3 people walk in and 3 people walk out. I'd be worried if 3 people walked in and only 1 person walked out. But I'd be worried, but not surprised. But yeah, that shocked me. In the words of the great Walk With Me Tim, I was shocked. I can't believe that there's just nothing going on at Hornsea Freeport. I did come here when I was a small child. It wasn't like this. The memory I've got of it was very different. But it was similar. It was like all outdoor sort of retail shops and stuff, but I remember it being very busy. This must have been in the 80s, probably the mid to late 80s. I came as a small child, and I do have some very vague memories of it. Not looking anything like this, as I say, but it's just empty. There's just nothing going on. It's just, look at that. Just empty everywhere. I'm going to get copyrighted by George Michael once again. I think George Michael has struck me on copyright before. Damn him. Damn the Wham. So we'll head down here, head back toward the entrance, and then finish the video. I'm quite sad about this, about Hornsea Freeport. I really wish it would be thriving and just busy. I think the main problem is probably that it's just out the way, and there's not many sort of reasons to come here. You know, if you're going to shop for a bed, you're probably not going to come to Hornsea Freeport for an Edwardian handmade bed, if you knew it was even here. As I say, probably relies too heavily on locals. This could probably be better off being a touristy destination and add a little bit more leisure attractions rather than the heavily reliant retail sector on it, because retail's not the best sector to draw people in, I don't think. Especially in a seaside resort. I don't think a lot of people on holiday come to spend money in shops and things. They'll come to do things with their families and have fun and make memories. And if you're going to make memories at Hornsea Freeport here, they're not going to be very pleasant ones at the minute, I don't think. But it's a massive shame. So yeah, that's it. That concludes the Hornsea Seaside Walk Tour, including the Freeport, which is a massive shame that it's in the condition that it's in, but it is what it is. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do pop a like on it. Don't forget to consider subscribing to the channel. Comment down below if you've got any questions or queries. Let me know if you've been to Hornsea, if you've been to Hornsea Freeport. Let me know your thoughts. Was it like this when you came? And I just want to give a massive thank you to everybody who's watched this video and everybody who's watched all of our other videos, especially the Seaside Walk ones. They've proven to be quite popular. I really enjoy doing them, and it's really nice that people actually quite enjoy watching them. So I do intend to do several more of these before it starts to warm up, and then we will just be doing season opening videos, I guess, at seaside resorts, because I do like coming to seaside resorts. So as I say, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, from Hornsea Freeport, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye bye.